All right, boys and girls, we are going to be working on drawing some pumpkins that are in a pumpkin patch. And you can see an example of mine here. I used markers so you could see really well, but we're going to be making a simple pumpkin picture. So you're going to start with a piece of paper. If you have lined paper, that's fine. If you have white paper, sometimes printer paper works. If your parents or your family has a printer, that might be wonderful because one of those sheets would work out really well. Okay, boys and girls, now I'm using a marker. You can use pencil. First of all, I'm going to draw the shape of the pumpkin I want with pencil really lightly. And I'm thinking I'm going to do kind of a large oval, really lightly. Maybe I'll have the top half get a little bit bigger than the bottom here, so it has a little ridge here. All right, well, pumpkins do have these fun ridges within them. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw that first line down the center of this ridge and go down and down in the opposite direction, a little bit of a curve, and at the bottom I'm going to curve a little bit. I'm going to leave this unfinished for a moment, and then I'm going to keep curving to the right over here, and then down, and then curve. And then I'm going to go to the left and try to do that next ridge on a pumpkin, those nice deep ridges. Go down on the left-hand side. That's pretty thin, so I want to make it a little bit bigger. I'm not following the lines I made behind it very closely. And I'm going to do this side, left and right, left and right. This is a little squared. It's kind of nice because, you know, pumpkins are organic. They're not a geometric shape. They have life to them. And sometimes they don't grow perfectly even. Oh, I like that. It's kind of squared. Now, of course, there's the top, and that was part of a vine. So what I'm going to do is draw the top two lines, and I'm going to draw the top of this pumpkin here. Sometimes you can see a little bit of the other side. All right, there we go. First step. Now I'm doing marker. Of course you can do crayons or colored pencil or anything you really have. Now I'm going to try to give this pumpkin some highlights. So I just grabbed a couple types of oranges, maybe a little reddish orange. I have lots of different yellow, dark yellow, orange, red, and I'm going to add a little soft yellow in the middle of each one of these sections. A little highlight of light. And I just want to show that the pumpkin has more than one color within it. Here we go. A little bit of this. And maybe here. Little highlight. I wanted the ridges to have a little of a lower orangey color, a darker orangey color. And a little bit of highlight. Here we go, here we go. And a little yellow. That is as if it's a little bit of sunshine on it. And I'm going to add a little bit of a darker orangey color. Oh, that's nice on the edges. And I'm blending them together and bringing those two colors together. Blending them together. It's not orange enough for me yet. I'm going to add a little. If you go too heavily with your crayon, or if you draw too heavily with your crayon, you won't be able to blend, so kind of go lightly. All right. And All right, now I think I'm going to make my vine a couple different green colors. I'm not making it brown yet because it might have a little brown in it, but it hasn't been cut from the vine yet. And I'd like to add the vine. Right. Boys and girls, you can add additional details. Maybe a smaller pumpkin in front of it, or actually, why don't I switch colors and start adding my vines? So I'm going to do this in crayon first, and a pumpkin grows from a vine, so I'm going to have my vine go all the way around for design. And I'd like it to be kind of wild like that. All right, now we're working on the background and the vines. Pumpkins grow within a vine, so I'm trying to add a little bit of more pizzazz to my vines here. Some areas that look thick and some areas that are thin. And I'd like to add more of these fun little curlicues because they actually grow like that, like these swirly little curlicue lines. Oh, they're cute. They're fun to draw. Here's my vine on the ground. I really couldn't add many leaves over here. Here it's spinning out. All right, now it's time to work on some of the detailing in the background. This one I have lots of the leaves and the vines. I had pumpkin seeds, a squirrel, the ground. I added 2 colors for the ground, and I tried to show the line of the horizon like a hill behind this dark field full of soil. This one, I still want to add a little of the seeds because I really think they're fun to draw. They're tiny little ovals. And remember, every pumpkin seed can grow into a pumpkin. And also, pumpkins have these beautiful flowers that are yellow that grow. So maybe I'll add some of the yellow flower attached to this vine, and a pumpkin would grow from a flower. And here's one of the yellow flowers attached. Maybe I'll add one here. Kind of goes off the page, which is nice. Adds a little color there, a little color here. You can add animals, rabbits, maybe some birds and bugs, worms. Have fun with it. There are all sorts of critters in the grass and the ground. And now I think I'm going to add the line for the sky. And I'm going to get it green. And I think I'm going to put my ground down here, or maybe a little higher up here. Maybe right here. This will be sky, and this will be the ground below. And then you can just start filling in. This time it's on the grass. Now I'd like to do a lot of color blending in here. So I'm going to add a little lemon yellow, green, or lime green. Very lemony green looking color. I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, now I'm working on the background and the foreground here. I think I'm going to blend a few colors together here. See how this looks. Not bad. going to the edge of the paper, seeing that my work looks complete. All right, boys and girls, make sure your work is complete. You've got a background, some foreground. It can be very simple. We've got a pumpkin, some details, animals, sunset. Have fun with it. Thank you.